If you're growing garlic for the first time, chances are by midsummer, you've started to be distracted by your plants, putting out this sort of weird Dr. Seussian growth. Out of nowhere, these strange, curly, whimsical looking stalks start shooting straight out from the very center of your plants. It almost even looks like your garlic is growing pigtails, which leads some new garlic growers to wonder, did I do something wrong? Is my garlic bolting? Is my crop completely ruined? Take a deep breath. No, your garlic isn't ruined. In fact, quite the opposite. You're about to get a major garden bonus, because here is the ultimate garlic growing secret. If you time things right, you actually get 2 incredibly delicious harvests from one single garlic plant. And today, we're going to talk about what these little curly cues are, how and when to harvest them for peak flavor, and what to do if you've let them go a little bit too long. So let's talk botany for a second. What exactly are these things? These are called garlic scapes. If you're growing hardneck garlic varieties, which are the hardy types we grow in regions with true winter freezes, the plant actually wants to do what every plant wants to do: reproduce and make seeds. To do that, it sends up this central, rigid, woody, flowering stalk right out of the heart of the plant. At the tip, this little bulging pouch here is called a spathe, and inside of it are little clones of your garlic plants called bulbils, and also little white flowers. This is, in fact, your garlic plant going to seed. Garlic, just like onions, is a member of the allium family. And while we're most used to our onions and garlic being grown from bulbs and cloves, the plants still flower, and you can actually grow garlic and onions from seed. Now, I do want to address a potential point of confusion. If you just went out into your garden and you looked at your garlic patch and you noticed that you have some plants that don't have any scapes on them, don't panic. That likely just means that you have some varieties that you're growing that are soft neck varieties. Soft neck garlic are the varieties you almost always see stacked up in the grocery store bins. They actually thrive in milder climates, and their stems stay completely soft and pliable, which is why they are the exact varieties used to weave beautiful traditional garlic braids. And structurally, that means that they just don't put out the hard, woody stems that you get from your hardneck garlic varieties. So, if you go out into your garden and you check your garlic and you see that you don't have scapes on some of your plants, don't worry, your garlic is doing just fine. But for those of us growing hardneck garlic varieties, you can think about it as 2 for the price of 1. You're going to be able to get a double harvest out of your plant by the end of the season. But you have to act fast, because right now, your plant is doing double duty. It is pushing as much energy as it possibly can down into the bulbs to create nice, big cloves for you to take into your kitchen and eat. But it's also pushing a lot of energy up to try to go to seed so it can reproduce through flowers that are going to get pollinated, the seeds are going to spread, and then little garlic plants are going to grow. So we want to trick the plant to push all of its potential energy downward into the bulb, which means we got to do something about this scape. If we let our scapes continue to grow until they're standing up straight and they flower, then we're letting our plants win the reproductive race. This can cause the bulbs underground to be significantly smaller, tighter, and less developed because all of that energy was redirected skyward. If we remove the scapes, then we successfully trick the plant and force it to push all of its energy downward under the soil's surface to help plump up those garlic bulbs over the last 3 to 4 weeks until you're ready to harvest. And the result? Much bigger, juicier heads of garlic come harvest time. And the great news is, this distraction that we're removing from the plants just happens to be a world-class culinary delicacy. Now, timing is absolutely everything here. You want to make sure that you catch your scapes at their peak tenderness. The golden rule is to harvest them when the scape has formed one complete loop or curl, like a pig's tail, but before it starts to uncoil and stand straight up. At this exact stage, the stalk is incredibly crispy, snappy. It has a sweet, mild, chive meets garlic flavor. You can use your tenderest of garlic scapes in the same way that you would spring onions. Enjoy them raw in salads. Chop them up and mix them into your eggs or into stir fries. When it comes to harvesting your garlic scapes, gardeners fall into two distinct camps, the snappers versus the cutters, and I'm going to show you how to do each right now. Method number one is the snap. To do this, you trace the scape down to the very opening of the top set of leaves. Grip the base of the scape firmly with one hand, stabilize the plant with the other, and then just give it a quick, sharp tug straight upward. It's a fun method, and it's best reserved for the tenderest of garlic scapes. And also, you get a decent bit of garlic juice dripping onto your hands, which, hey, it smells like gardening. Method number two is the cut. Now, you can use this method if you have some tougher, woodier scapes that you want to remove from the plant, or if you're just worried that you might harm your plant by pulling out that tender stalk from the center. But all you have to do is take some sharp shears and just find where the stem meets the top leaf axil, and then just snip off at a 45-degree angle. Just like with pruning roses, snipping at a 45-degree angle does a great job in making sure that any rainwater that falls doesn't pool onto the top of your garlic plant. It doesn't start to cause any sort of rot or anything else negative that can happen with an open wound on a plant. Now, you can utilize either of these methods anytime you're out in the garden, but the pro tip is to do it early in the morning on a dry, clear, sunny day. What that's going to do is it's going to help dry out the open wound that you just initiated on your garlic plant. So it's going to help it scab over. It's going to keep anything from rot and fungus from getting into your plant and causing some issues. Let's get real though for a second. Sometimes the timing just doesn't work out in gardening. You may have gone on vacation, or you could have just been busy and spent a week outside of your garden. And then you come back and you notice that you have some scapes like this that don't have the curl anymore, and they're about ready to stand up straight. Does that mean that all hope is lost? Is there anything left that you can do with these scapes that have gone too far? When a scape straightens out, the plant is actively turning that tender green stalk into a tough, woody, fibrous straw, designed to support the weight of a heavy flower head. And if I were to remove the scape and chop it up like a scallion and throw it raw into a salad, it would taste absolutely delicious, but it would be a really tough eating experience. Super woody and incredibly fibrous. But if you have scapes that are past their prime, please don't just toss them into the compost. There's a brilliant trick that you can use. Because they're going to be too tough for your teeth to break down easily, we just need to let a machine break down those heavy fibers for us mechanically. Probably the most popular way to use your woodier of garlic scapes in the kitchen is to make a garlic scape pesto. And all you have to do is roughly chop up your scapes, pop them into a food processor, and then add a good glug or two of some nice extra virgin olive oil. Add in a little bit of Parmesan cheese and then some pine nuts or walnuts, whichever you prefer. Blitz that nicely into a paste and then add it to some warm pasta. Absolutely delicious. Another great way to use your woodier garlic scapes in the kitchen is to make a delicious garlic scape compound butter. All you have to do is blitz your garlic scapes together with some softened butter, and then spread that out and roll it into a log. Pop the log into the freezer, and then all winter long, you can just cut coins off of your log of garlic scape compound butter and add it to vegetable dishes. Top a steak with it. Spread it onto some bread. You lose all of the woodiness, but you keep 100% of the flavor. So the marching orders are simple. Go outside and check out your garlic patch. Look for the little green pigtails. If they're curling around, grab your basket and start snapping. If they've already started to straighten out on you, don't stress. Just get your food processor ready for some world-class pesto. Either way, treat it as a victory because you've unlocked a bonus harvest that most people can't even find at the grocery store. Let us know in the comments if you're team snap or team cut. And also, feel free to share some of your favorite garlic scape recipes with the rest of us. Happy growing!